I'm 18 years old and I go to school in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. In 5 days is my last day of school. I'm going to go to Barna next year, so very excited about that.
Shams means sun. Shamsa means from the sun. So really, to us and to everybody around her, she is sunlight. She brings sun to all of us.
It happened at night. It was one of my friend's birthdays. He was having a party across the street at a restaurant. While I was walking, I didn't look to see if there was any cars.
She doesn't remember ever seeing a car coming. So she crossed the road and that's where she was run over.
I was flying out to India. My flight was at 8:20. I was just walking up to the gate and I picked up the phone and our school doctor, Dr. Karf, said, "Mr. Mangalji, there's been a serious accident."
Dr. Karf called me and I thought, okay, Shamsa's running cross country. She might have fallen and broken her leg. Dr. Karf said, no, it's not anything like that. It's much more serious. You need to be here.
She was brought to the right trauma place at the right time. There are trauma surgeons available 24/7. There are neurosurgeons on call 24/7. And the ER, the OR, the CAT scans are readily available.
If I'd have got on that plane, it would have been 36 hours before I'd have gotten back. And that would have been a disaster because I had to make some choices that night.
It was the parents' worst nightmare. Those 4 or 5 hours for me to get up to the Fult campus was just unbelievable.
I see this little innocent child of mine. You know, she's helpless, lifeless. I was like a madman. You know, I just went and I started screaming, "What happened to my baby? What's going on? Shamsa, talk to me," you know.
Later that night, we repeated a CAT scan, and the blood clot on the left side of the brain had almost quadrupled in size. So at that point, it became an emergency to go to the operating room. After I'd finished discussing the surgery and the risks and benefits and so forth, he asked me, do you have any children?
He says, "Yes, I've got 2 daughters." I said, "As of right now, you've got 3. I said, "This is your daughter, and you have to make her well."
She's yours, so I want you to treat her the same way as you would treat your own. And I said, thanks for the added pressure.
Aggressive. I was aggressive, but it was the right thing to do. And by the time Sultana arrived at 1:30, at least the operation was done.
I knew in my heart then that she was going to be fine. I really felt very comfortable that we were in the best hands because, you know, coming from Houston, who knew Trenton, for goodness sakes? She was in hospital over 2 weeks, and then she was in the rehab facility for 10 days. Then she came home, and we were back up at Lawrenceville on the 2nd of January. The level of care, the level of professionalism, the level of attentiveness, Capital Health was just amazing. So really we want to say thank you, and if it wasn't for them, who knows where we would be today.
Shamsa Mangalji.
I'm very excited to graduate. I've had an amazing time here, but it's now time to go. Ready to leave. I want to get to the real world, see where I fit in.